Yeah. Can I ask you about that?
Yeah, for sure.
Suppose we kick off. I'll ask you about that.
Yeah.
The song, beautiful song. I have great memories of standing beside you to walk out the cage. Listening to that song before you start to walk. Very close to the actual events of the Easter Rising. Was it a beautiful moment for you to listen to your favourite song within walking distance of those very events?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I was taking a walk around Dublin the other day, and I kind of walked around them areas, and I was like, this is crazy, you know. This is a really, really, like, it's a really beautiful moment for me to be able to do that. It's such a beautiful and sad song, of course, but to be able to have the people of Dublin sing that with me, like, it's just such a beautiful moment that I really will cherish forever, you know, and I hope to continue many more, and it's good.
One more on that, on the fight then. The first round, like you said, you were overthrown on a few shots and things like that.
Big time.
I did see you catch him a couple of times with that same shot that put Jan Higgins on his backside, and he didn't go anywhere. I know you were expecting that, but were you surprised that he could actually take, you know, such solid shots?
No, I wasn't surprised, and it's what I said throughout my media, throughout the entire build-up, was this guy is in there to test me, and test me he did. And you know, I talked to Mike Hogan as soon as I got out of the cage, and I says, that was damn good matchmaking. He goes, I've been doing this 25 years. You know, people were writing him off just because he was coming off 2 losses. But you actually watched the fights. I don't think that anybody just went and done their due diligence and watched how good this guy actually is. So Bobby was a real test for me tonight, and he proved it. He dropped me in the first round. He hurt me with some big shots in the first, and that was down. Now, I'm going to make the adjustments. That'll never happen again. It was down to me overthrown. You know, I've had a couple or a few KOs recently, so I kind of thought, anytime I touch somebody, they're going to get knocked out. Of course, that isn't the case, unfortunately, and I overthrew my shots. I paid the price, but look, I got him out of there in a second, and I'll continue.
You did hint a little while ago that you might have a call out that you were going to make, or it was about a month ago, I think, or 6 weeks ago, I think I heard you say that on the night of the fight you might have something up your sleeve.
We'll see. Unfortunately, that guy just got booked for a fight, but look, at the end of the day, I've talked about it before, I would love to have another world title in my name. The Bellator world title before I went into the PFL season, I wouldn't count it out, but look, we'll see what happens. I've told Mike what I want. We'll see what happens, you know.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you, Paul.
So is it official? Are you going to be the big news now? Is that your name?
I think it's stuck, you know. The man that gave me that name was Conor McGregor himself.
No way.
Yeah, so it's a funny story, you know, because I never had a fight nickname before, and I never wanted to choose one because you don't choose them, they choose you. And after I won my first world title, Conor McGregor, he shared it and he was like, let's go, big news, Hughes. And ever since that day, everyone's called me, and it's stuck. And what a full circle moment tonight to share a moment with, in my opinion, the greatest to ever do it. You know, just 10 years ago, he was here fighting Brandao, and I was watching that as a young fighter coming up. And as I said to him tonight, that broke down so many mental barriers for us young lads coming through from the island of Ireland. And yeah, it was a funny full circle moment tonight.
Definitely. Did he share any words with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
What did he say?
You know, so obviously I talked him in the cage with everybody here, and I just said thank you so much. You know, he broke down the barriers. But when I came out, he was like, that was good. And I said, look, I was overthrowing my shots in the first, trying to knock him out, and he was like, I don't care. He was like, he was hitting you hard, and you were loving it. And I was like, that's kind of true, to be fair. I came here to put on a show. I really did. Now, I'm going to make the adjustments, and I'm not going to go quite as wild next time, but it is what it is. I hope I entertained.
Definitely. Congrats on your debut. Where do you see yourself in 2 years' time, like within the PFL Bellator ranking?
I would love to have 2 mil in the bank. I would love to win 2 seasons. Because why the hell not? I think I'm good enough for it. I have work to do, but that's my aim.
Is that the plan to go into the regular season?
Absolutely. And Millie's on my mind. But also what's on my mind, and it's something I need to do before my career's over, is to fight in Belfast. I have to fight in Belfast, and that's why I mentioned it there tonight. You know, if you thought that was fun in Dublin, just wait till you see what I would bring to Belfast, you know, because that's of course where I fight out of. So we'll see. There's so much fun options, and that's the beauty of the PFL acquiring Bellator and having obviously the PFL season, the Bellator Champions Series, the PFL Europe. There's a lot on offer, so it's an absolute privilege to be part of this promotion.
He wasn't close to signing with another promotion?
No, it wasn't even close.
Was it not?
It wasn't even close. Because the PFL showed their interest in me, which 8 months ago at this point, and they told me, we want you. Whenever I became a free agent, they were just like, we need you, you know, and they made me the offer that I couldn't refuse. And it's not just a monetary thing, and people think it is. It really isn't. Would I have got the headline in Dublin if it was another promotion right away, would I be able to potentially have some sway in the promotion, potentially headline in Belfast? No. So these are the things that I want, and the PFL are just giving me so much opportunity, and it's the longer I've been here, the more chuffed I am with my decision.
Thank you, and congrats again.
Appreciate it.
As you mentioned Belfast there again, do you have a time frame that you'd like to go out and fight there?
Anytime. You know, if we could do something in Belfast next year, you know, the PFL regular season, it is a global season. You know, it's not a US season, it's a global season, so we'll see.
Cool. Phil Derry, man, over here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Congratulations on your debut.
Appreciate it.
Very good performance. How many times can we see you fight before you enter that $1 million tournament next year?
We'll see. Potentially two. Definitely one more. Like an absolute cert one more. But we'll see. You know, as I just talked about, there's plenty of options when it comes here with the PFL because they have acquired Bellator. They've got the Bellator Champion Series. They've got PFL Europe. They've got PFL Global Season. So there's options. There's a lot of different dates. So we'll see.
Would you have another name next to fight, or are you just going to go with the flow?
We'll see.
Mark Jakasa?
But he's in the season next year, so I could be seeing him next year. You know?
And do you think Conor McGregor's going to give you a wee follow back on Instagram today?
I don't know. Hopefully, maybe we shared a lovely moment there. That was full
Yeah, that was
circle.
very
I mean, he's always going to be the greatest to ever do it. You know, and people are getting him a lot of flack at the minute, but people are quick to forget. Like people love to hate. That man changed the game. You know, a lot of the people standing right in front of me right now would probably not even be here if it wasn't for Conor McGregor. You know, and that's the truth of it all. So that man's the greatest to ever do it.
And last one for me. How many pints are you going to drink at Temple Bar tonight?
A good at least 7.
Guinness?
Well, sorry.
Whoa.
4 Stout. Well, I'll have to go to a bar where there's 4s.
Oh, yes.
Cut that out.
Paul, you've overcome adversity a number of times in your career already. When you were dropped in the first, what was going through your mind?
I mean, yes, it was obviously a clean drop, but it was more, I just stepped in, and when I was stepping in, I lost my front foot. Now, that's in my mind, it may have just looked like I took a drop, but it wasn't like a proper get dropped like feeling. It was just like a step and back up, and I started talking to him again right away. I was like, we're going to keep going. In the clinch positions, I was like, Bobby, let's do 3 more rounds of this here. I was like, I'm going to be in your face for 3 more rounds. He didn't talk back once, unfortunately, but anyway.
That's why you were laughing, maybe, because you looked like you were laughing as you were holding him against the fence. You were talking and laughing.
Look, I am very, very respectful when it comes to everything else, but when you put me in the cage, I'm a different animal. I'm in there to kill, and it's mind games, and that's just how it goes down, you know.
Paul, you pride yourself a lot on your mental fortitude. They obviously put a lot of stock into you this week. I saw some brilliant videos putting wides at least 20 metres wide from the post. Ballymun Kickums.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But did you feel any added pressure coming in here?
Of course I felt added pressure. You know, it's my first fight for this new organisation, my first fight on the global stage, you know, and they've signed me to build me, and of course there's going to be that added pressure because it's like, I'm out here saying that I'm one of the best fighters in the world. I've got now coined the hottest prospect in the world of MMA, so I've got to live up to that. But that's what I want. I'm the one saying these things. As I talked about in my post-fight interview, nobody puts more pressure on me than I put on me, and I have to back up my words to myself, you know, and that's just how it's going to go down.
Last one from me. You had the crowd eating out of the palm of your hand there at the end of the fight. When you think of your competitors that are looking at you, right, they put a lot of stock into you. When they see you getting dropped in the first round, do you think any of them will be licking their lips a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I expect a lot of call-outs after this year because I didn't look my best tonight because I was overthrown in the first round. You know, but it's not like, oh, he has holes in his games. It was I beat the bollocks out of Bobby. Like, with all due respect, he was very hurt coming out of that cage. He couldn't walk, his eye was open. It was actually the body shot that stopped him, which people didn't know. I literally hit him to the body and went, ugh, fuck you. I swear to God. But anyway, like, yeah.
Paul.
Cheers, Annie. Good to see you.
Paul, great performance there. Congratulations. So it seems your original assessment of Bobby's game is correct. You know, hard hitting, very, very durable. So what was your thoughts going back to the corner when he hurt you in the first round, and what was the kind of advice your coaches were giving you there?
My thoughts coming back in for the first was, yep, I'm in this fight that I thought I was going to be in. Now, he had hit me a good shot in my nose, so I couldn't really breathe out of it, so I was breathing out my mouth, and I was like, right, you're here, you're in a scrap. But the beauty of it is, as I even talked to Conor McGregor about, he was like, you love that. You love the blood coming down, you were scrapping back. I am a fucking dog at heart, and you could put me in there. I've been in hard situations throughout my career, and I have always pulled through. So that's where my confidence comes from, because I've been tested so many times that when I'm walking out, when I'm warming up, when I'm in that zone, it's like, I've been there. I don't care how hard this guy's going to push me. I've been there, and I've always came through the other side, and that's where my confidence comes from. And it's not just in the cage, in my fights where this happens, it's in my training camps where I put myself into these positions. I feel that pain, and I know that I come through it every single time, and that's where my confidence comes from.
Great stuff. And you kind of kept your head level coming into the second round, and that level change was really, you know, the deciding factor in finishing the fight. When did you realise that you needed to take it to the ground to get it done?
It wasn't even a thought that I need to get this guy down. It was literally just instinctually, it just came for me, the takedown. I'm a very well-rounded fighter. I can fight everywhere. And look, my ground and pound is vicious. I've stopped a lot of people with ground and pound. People got to see another glimpse of that tonight.
Right, thank you and congratulations.
Appreciate it.
I only have one question. There's going to come a time in your career where you're going to have to start reflecting on the moments that brought you here and all that. How important are those side missions like fighting here, fighting in Belfast and all that, compared to titles, money, and all those things?
That's a really good question, actually, because, you know, when I was younger coming up, it was like, oh, I want to win the world title, I want to win the belt. And of course I still want to win the belts because they signify that you're the world champion. But there's also things that headline in Belfast. I have to headline Belfast at some time. It's been years, you know, and as I said, if you thought this was good in Dublin, just wait and see what I can do up north. So I have to take Belfast off the list, and it's just about putting on entertaining fights, you know, and the entertaining fights are usually the hardest. So I'm out for it all.
That's something you hear from veterans all the time. It's like later on in their career they start saying, like, once they started focusing on the things that I appreciate and enjoy,
yeah,
the pressure falls off. That's when they start winning more.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Since you are good pals with Ian Gary, what's your opinions on the fight he's got coming up next against MVP?
I think it's a very tough fight, but I honestly think that Ian's going to make it look easy. And I don't think anybody's... I think he's going to make it look easy against MVP.
How so?
I think he's going to chop him down low. And I think Ian's obviously very fast, but I think I can see Ian getting him out of there, to be honest. Like, Ian's on another level. Us Irish, we do it differently. I'm a huge fan of MVP. I think he's incredible. But I think it's going to be another moment where Ian does the business and everyone else just sits back and goes, oh, god damn, he's so good. So, shut it down.
Sorry, Paul, I actually have one more. You talked about...
you can ask me all the questions of the night, because that man just flew back from his honeymoon to be here today.
No way.
She's gone. You talked about wanting to bring it back to Belfast. Is it important for you? Look, tonight, yourself and Paul Nolan were the only non-SPG fighters on this show. He, of course, is fighting an SPG fighter. Is it important to you to get your teammates from Fight Academy Ireland on these shows when you bring it to Belfast?
Absolutely, and thank you for asking me that question, because Fight Academy in Belfast, it's obviously Belfast, we're known for our boxing culture, but I think the new age in Belfast is going to be mixed martial arts. And Fight Academy, I don't think we're just the best in the north. I think we are now the best gym in the island of Ireland. Homegrown gym. I think we have the best amateurs, we've got the best early pros. So I think it's our time now to start showing that on the world stage, and I really hope that I can break down these doors for the younger lads coming up, because we have got some of the best talent in the island. And Pat McAllister and Liam Shannon work so damn hard. But we're going to see in the next few years. They're patient with it, and I respect them because they're the men. But we're going to see.
Time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.